Okay, so in this video we're going to calculate the area of this whole section here. Now what we're given is these parameters here, that we've got A, B, C, D and E, which marks it out, and we're given that this one here is a sector. It's like a sector of a circle, but these two are triangles. This one is a right angled triangle and this is a triangle, well, scalene triangle with no equal sides at all. Well, what we want to find is the area of BDE, so BDE, so that's the area of this sector, and I've got the formula written here. Angle DBC, so that's DBC, so that's this angle here, and then find the total area, that's with this right angled triangle in there. So formulas we're going to need is the cosine rule, which is here, and the area of a triangle, which is a right angled triangle, which is half times A times B, where A and B is side A and side B. Okay, right, area of BDE. So we're given in radians the angle 1.4D. So we have angle 1.4 in radians. And then each side is 5 centimetres. So what we can say, this is part of a sector. Imagine that's the circle, and the radius is 5 centimetres, and we've got 1.4 here. We need to find the area of this bit. So the area of a sector is a half times the radius squared times the angle, which gives us a half times 5 squared, which is 25, times the angle, which is 1.4. So half times 25 is 12.5. 12.5 times 1.4. 12.5 times 1.4. If we type that into our calculator, we get 17.5. Okay, so therefore the answer to part 1, 17.5, and this is all in centimetres, so centimetres squared. Okay, that takes care of part 1. So that can all stay in there. Now find the angle DBC. So DBC. Now we know we've got 7.5, 6.1 and 5 centimetres as our sides, but we don't know the angle. So to find that angle, we can use the cosine theorem. So cosine theorem. So B squared equals C squared plus D squared. So this is angle B, so this will be lowercase b. This is angle C, so that's lowercase c. And this is angle D, so this will be a lowercase d. So B squared equals C squared plus D squared minus 2CD. So that's these two angles inside here, 2CD. And then we we multiply by cosine of B. So cosine of B. So B is uppercase because that's an angle. These are all lowercase because it's our sides. So 6.1, so 6.1 squared. C is 5 squared, and D is 7.5, so that's 7.5 squared, minus 2 times C, which is 5, C is 5, D is 7.5, and then cosine B, which is what we want to find out. So let's see if we can isolate cosine B. So we'll have 6.1 squared minus 5 squared minus 7.5 squared. Then we divide by 2 times 5 times 7.5. So 2 times 5 times 7.5. 2 5s are 10, times 7.5 is 75. So divide that by 75, and that equals cosine B. Okay, so therefore B equals cosine 6.1 squared, that's 37.21, minus 25, 5 squared, minus 7.5 squared. So 7.5 squared, type that in our calculator, and we get 56.25. Let's just write that out a little bit better. So 37.21 minus 25 minus 56.25 over 75. So if we put that in our calculator, we get B equals 0.9432 in radians. Okay, so this angle 0.9432, 3 decimal places, 0.943, our angle DBC.